Good morning. So I hope everyone had a very nice, good night's sleep. So let's get back to work and let's see what the market has done for us. And so far, this is what we have. This is ZAR USD. You can see price hasn't yet broken above. So we are still waiting for price to break above this level, and then we can continue with the setup. Okay. What do we have next? Uh, so I think this week, this day, Friday is when we have the push to then break above. Um, Euro, this is Euro GBP. Uh, so for Euro GBP, you can see price is trying to form a new lower high for us. That's why you're seeing price is rejecting at this level, because the only lower high we have is this level here. Here. So we can only sell when price takes out this higher low. So that's why you're seeing price is trying to delay here so it can form a new higher low and a new higher high. Then we can have that sale next week. Okay. So you can just even see that already I can tell that today, I'm not having any trades. And this is also NZD card. You see what I told you? Price has to make a new lower low here. And price is even almost retested, breaking below this level. But we just had the rejection there. And you can see that the weekly time frame, the daily time frame today, for yesterday, it didn't even break above this OG level. So this means that price has a chance of either selling below here, okay, or price has a chance of breaking above. But like I told you, it only makes sense if price sells more again, because this is the only lower high we have, and this is the only perfect lower low we also have. Even in the 2 hour time frame, you see, even in the 2 hour time frame, you can only, this is the lower low and this is the lower high. So you see that even if I'm not choosing this time frame, I can tell you that you can tell that price still has to make a new lower low, even if it wants to buy at this point, because there's no way I can buy when price is bearish like this, and just cause price breaks above this zone here, okay, and retest. So this should tell you that price will make a new lower low. Okay, that's why you saw me telling you that price will make a new lower low. Mm. Why? Because you can see this price, look at the 4 hour displacement we have. This was a very long push, and then price came back to retest this level. Okay. And second thing, when it retested, it even fell toward this level. Do you think any engulfing candle like this one, just because the 4 hour is bullish, should make us buy? No. Uh, we have to wait for price to give us a reasonable price action. Okay. Even if price doesn't make a new lower low and goes bearish on the 4 hour time frame, at least you can see that if it failed to hold this level, we expect price to break above. You see, when price breaks above, to then retest and give us a reason to buy. You see, because this is the 4 hour OG level, this level here. And you can see price hasn't broken above. Okay. So this is something price can also do, or price can retest back at this point. And when it retests back at this point, this is even better. Why will this be better? Because price will now be at my previous point where I can get a buy, this OG level here. Mm, you remember that rule of why they tell you buy low and sell high? This would be the perfect place to buy. So I need price to react from this level. At least even just react before we can buy. That's why I've been saying price is delaying this push up because price has to react from this level also. Okay. So that it can buy. Uh, but we'll see how the Friday close, Monday close, candle close will be. Then we can decide and place our judgment with what we expect next week. Okay. So just this, you can even see that this week is not a trading week again. And we are fine with that. We don't blame the markets or blame our strategy or complain. No, this is still fine. And the market is just doing its thing. And that's the beauty of it. You wait, you learn, and you execute. And that's just what I enjoy, you know. Some want right there and then they trade and they make money and it works. But you just have to know yourself, and know what works for you. And you reap your fruits also. Okay? Remember, every season, whether it's spring, summer, there's always fruits. There's always a tree that's bearing fruit every season. Some get ripe in summer, some get ripe in winter, some get ripe in spring, some get ripe in fall. Every season, there's always a fruit. See? So that should tell you in every aspect or every sector, there is always a puzzle you can solve and you can benefit of it. You don't have to do the exact same thing that everyone is doing. So you can apply that to your trading or or your your let's say just football. Every team has its own formation, but they all score goals. You see? Same with trading. You don't have to also be a swing trader like me. You don't have to, you can even be a positional trader if you want. But all that matters is you just know, you understand the concept. Okay? Because all that I do, we can easily apply it in a lower time frame, easily. And I remember last time we caught a trade together where we tried to trade under the 1 minute to show you that it also works under the 1 minute. And we also what happened, price bought fast. You know. So if I wanted, I would have been trading under those time frames, but it's just not me. Like I have a friend. He all he trades is the 1 minute and 3 minute time frame, and he's good at it, very good at it. And when he's explaining, I'm always asking, brother, how you see this? Because can't really manage, but he does. And that's his level, that's his circle of expertise, and he's good at it, very good. So you see, we're like there's someone I'm close to, and we're in the same room, but he's doing something different. But we are all making money. So that's something I can share with you. You don't have to be the same like me. I'm not showing you this so you can also have your 4 hour, your daily, your weekly, and have your have your chat pattern. What's this? Have your charts looking the way mine is looking. If you want, you can have your bullish candle as yellow and your bearish candle as blue. You see, if you want, you can do this. It's just the same thing. All that matters is you know what you're doing. I don't want you to change the candlesticks. I don't want you to change if you want, you cannot even be trading none of these pairs. If you want, you can just be trading one pair, which is maybe gold, or maybe just Euro USD, GBP USD, yeah, Euro CHF, or just this 10. Okay, it doesn't mean that I want you to do the exact thing. No. Even when you're analyzing, maybe you can have different pairs than these. Example, this week I'm looking at these two. Maybe you can be looking at NZD, USD, and AUD, NZD, and that's fine. Okay. And that's how it should be. I don't want you guys to, maybe when you watch this video or you're inspired by it, you go and change your trade view appearance or the pairs you trade. No. What I show you can be applied in any type of time frame, type of trading style, any, whether it's a swing trade, a scalper, it's a day trade, you prefer the 4 hour time frame, you prefer the 1 hour, 1 minute, 5 minutes, you can do that. I'm not trying to teach you so you can quickly just put the 4 hour, the daily, and the what. No, if you want, you can be in the seconds. Okay. All I'm just showing you is you can use these time frames, but if you want, you can start from, okay, I won't pay attention to the weekly, I'll be paying attention to the daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour time frame. That's all. And the 2 hour time frame. Or if you want, you can be paying only attention to the 4 hour time frame, uh the the 1 hour time frame and the 30 minutes time frame. You see? So that's how it works. You don't really have to be the same and do everything I do. No, no, no. That's not what I want. Because now then you're imitating me, you're not being yourself. I have to teach you if it's trading that I'm teaching you. It has to be me teaching you so you can be your better version, not being the better version of me. Because then you don't know yourself. Yeah. So maybe 3, 4 might be swing traders by heart, then that's cool. But if you're a scalper, go ahead and scalp, but you can use the same strategy. And there's nothing bad about that. Okay. So that's what I want you guys to understand because for me personally, I'm very patient. And there are people who are not patient, but they want to trade. Yes, you can still use this strategy. You can use the 30 minutes if you want. Okay. You can use the 30 minutes if you want. And you can make money from it. This same time frame can be really enough for you. And this is I don't how can I give you an example? Oh, I changed my view. Sorry, I was trying to teach you that you don't have to do the exact thing that I do so you can be profitable now. Yeah, so in this case you can see this is the 30 minutes. You can also apply the same thing. Mm, just that, but I think we'll try to analyze one pair. Uh, Maybe in the next session when we meet, we'll try to go through one pair that's under the 30 minutes, and so you guys can just see it can be applied. Uh, so now this is the the Eurocard pair. You can see we finally broke above, so we'll be looking for buys at this point. No more at this point because this is our new higher low. And the moment price breaks below this higher low, we are bearish. So we can only buy within this level. So this means we'll be looking for buys at this point. And let me just try to fend this. And our take profit will be at this point here. Okay. USD price is also making high highs. And you can see even if it had this bearish rejection, but the only bad part is it was bearish, so the daily is most likely to fill this week, and then price can continue buying. But then we'll see what really happens. But this trade is almost getting to TP, so uh I wouldn't really be trading it next week, but we'll see. USD price rejected the daily time the daily level, and it gave me this is the type of candlestick I was telling you, where price, even if it doesn't engulf, but show me this type of rejection, showing me that price is willing to sell. But the only bad part is the monthly, the weekly, the 4 hour is bearish, bullish. So this is good. If we can just have the 4 hour making a new high and the 4 hour shifting and retesting, then we can sell. That's all we want to see from the 4 hour. Since the daily has shown us it's holding, I hope it can give us a confirmation. Okay. So today is not really a trading day. And I can just deal with what I've seen. But still will show up in every session, every single one of it, and we'll analyze the pairs like we are trying to trade in the next hour. Okay. Uh, and I'm sure, trust me, a lot I've traded a lot, but we're just waiting for the right position and the right entry. And it's not because we are over analyzing, but no, there's just nothing that's making sense. So why should we risk when we can just wait? Okay. Uh, so this is now this we're having at least some improvement. AUDNZD. Okay. I like what we are doing. So I might be looking to trade this pair next week. Cause I like what's happening. The trade is playing out clear, and this will be the first time me trading this pair since last year. I always miss trades, and this one I didn't even take it, but I was just spectating it. Is it speculation or spectating? But yeah, any of those. I didn't really take this by um, cause I was in one trade. Yeah, I was in one trade, and but this one we are going to take it. And you remember what I was showing you? That price has to tap into this level here before it buys. So if before it sells, even though it was at this OG level, you see, price came back and tapped in this level here. So now we just want to see if the daily is holding, and that might happen today. We can get a two when price breaks below this level today. And so there is progress. We can update this trade. We are almost getting a two. Mm, we are almost getting that two. Mm, we are almost getting the two we were waiting for. Yeah. So when we get the two, The moment we get the two, then this will be invalid for now. But we are here. Price is at this point. So once price breaks below here, we've made the two. Okay. So this is very nice progress. I think I can even push this one here. NZD USD also price uh kind of rejected, and this is what I need. Remember, I was telling you I want price to do it to give me some sort of a potential lower high so that it breaks. So that when it breaks, I'm not worried about price coming back to these levels. You see, and that's what price is doing. You can see it's somehow trying to build some momentum here so that the moment price breaks below here, that will be easier for me to sell because I'll know that price won't go up and this will be my lower high. Meaning if price takes out this position, the trade is bullish, you see? But if price just takes out this position without any new lower high, price will be bearish until this level. So then price can come back in all these zones if it wants. And that's a long waiting game. So now I like this. And it would be nice if the daily just closes bullish like this. So that next week when we just start getting that bearish momentum and price finally breaks this point, my friend, we are live. We'll be live at this point here. And we will catch our sale. So let's also update this pair. Uh, let's also update this pair. Uh, and see. So right now, price is also has formed something like this, just a bit of rejection. Uh, and price is also forming another uh price rejection there. So this is where we are. So we're now hoping to see. I am now hoping to see if price can really so we are here. This is where we are. So we are really hoping if price can now have this push next. Okay. But this will be applied next week. So you can see how I'm following these trades. This one has to shift structure by breaking below this zone. But AUD NZD, the only thing is AUD NZD, the only thing I'm waiting for is price to give me a 2 because price failed to hold at this level. So I need price to give me a 2 by breaking below this zone. And then we are live. Okay. Mm. Then AUD card. Price failed to break above. So this is a chance. Our trade here still stands. We just have to wait for price to come back here. We don't know when. Then we'll catch our buys. Because price failed to break, and I thought we might break on Tuesday or on Wednesday, but price rejected. So we are still in the game. AUDJPY. You see what I was telling you. Price was at a very high risk of what taking out this low. And do you know why price has done this? Because price wants to make a new lower low in the 4 hour time frame. Okay, and I'm sure he did that. Yeah. So it's the exact same thing I was telling you, right? That price, even though the daily is bullish, the 4 hour, when it was at this point, it was bearish, and the only way we could be buying is if price took out this level here. So I told you I need the 4 hour to make a new lower low, and it did that. So since we have a new lower low, and it had this nice rejection, this is very fine. The only thing that I want price to do is to have that shift. And once we have that shift, we get the break and we get the retest, then this trade will be ready for buys next week, provided price just doesn't take out this green line. The moment price closes below on the daily time frame, this below this green line, then this trade is invalid. But if we can get the daily as well, rejecting and closing with another pin bar at this point, then this will be a very nice buy for next week. Okay. So let's just watch and we'll see how price will play out. But I like what's happening, even though it's risky. But the moment this daily give me this kind of candlestick at this point, my brother, we are buying next week. Mm, USD card price never retested this level, so we'll see we'll evaluate this trade. Especially now that price is almost hitting this take profit to be harder to buy at this point. But it's the only point we can buy from. So we'll wait for price to come back here and then we can see the way forward. AUD card, you can AUD USD, you can see price today has a very high chance of breaking below this level. And we've been waiting for this break for so long. And the moment we get this break, one 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. For 13 trading days, we've been waiting for this break. So the moment we get this break below today, then price will give us a signal for buys. But you know what I would want? We would want this daily to even close with the bullish candle so that we can have a potential uh lower high when price closes at this point here. So that come Monday, when we just get the initial break, I'll know the daily is bearish and we'll just be waiting for that shift. So that once the daily goes bullish, we'll have some sort of double bottom here. You see? And once they break the retest, then we buy just like that. We are live. Okay. So that's it. And oh, Euro GPP. So this one looks clean also. But GPP card. Our trades as now our buys, our sales might end soon because we can only sell once price is below this level. First of all. And then second is mm, second is price has broken above the daily level. So the only thing that's left is price to just close above the weekly. The moment price just closes above this level today, next week we'll be looking for buys at this point. And now we'll be looking for buys only until price takes out this lower high or higher low of the daily. But the for the weekly, it will be this point here. Wait a minute. No, 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 no. This is the weekly higher low. Wait, I was trying to sell this. No, the weekly has been already bullish. Yeah, yeah, the weekly has been bullish. So, nah, the weekly higher low is this level here. And if I made a mistake, because I thought the weekly was bullish, was bearish. But the weekly has been bullish all along. You can see this is the weekly lower high, this is the weekly high, low, high, high. So since we have this break, the only thing that's left is for us to start buying next week at this point here. We don't have to wait for the weekly to close because the weekly has been bullish all along, and this is invalid now. And you see, just cause that's why this sale didn't even play out because the weekly was bearish and I was just focusing on the oh, this is the monthly. Yeah, this is the monthly. Yeah, you see, this is the monthly. Wait first. Let's see. Yeah. The weekly was bearish because I was questioning myself, how can I miss that? Yeah, so the weekly is bearish. So we need the weekly to close bullish as well, yeah. By taking out this higher high. You see? And making a new higher high here when it takes out this higher low. So I almost questioned myself because I knew why I was saying we want to sell. So after this break, then we can confirm price will be bullish. And when the weekly goes bullish, the good part is now the monthly, the weekly, and the daily will all be bullish. So this means that this trade will have a higher chance of buying more because everything is in line. Okay. Mm, so let's just put an alert at this point. Then once we get that, we can push this to next week. Mm, GBP AUD. Finally, we're having the break, and this is the same thing I'm expecting from gold. We're having the break, but I wanted to make a new high, and tap into this level. Okay. Euro CHF, not interested anytime soon. Euro USD, not anytime soon. GPUSD, still need the break below here. So that's it. I'll see you in the next um, session. Thank you guys for watching. Wait, was I really sharing this? Do you think I was sharing? Try to see. Uh, okay. So thank you guys for watching. You can see this is 5 minutes. I'm trying to see, excuse, how I can help us catch a trade in the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, so that you guys can know that you can really apply this to everything we are doing, right? So you can see that that small push I'm waiting for on the 4 hour time frame. You can see under the 5 minutes time frame what's going on. You can see how much price is uh you can see how much price is fighting its way just to reach this level we are looking for. Mm, if you look at the 4 hour time frame, you can see that all that noise just led to this small 4 hour time frame. If we want, we can try to make a box here and then oh, so if one can make a box there and just see what that small 4 hour time frame did. So that small time frame, it started at this level here, at this point here, and you can see how much uh the 5 minute has moved, just around this one. See, just that small for our move. You can see how many candlesticks price had. And trust me, people have even sold and bought at this same level. Let me tell you one funny thing you should know. Uh, every time, every time we are seeing the market, trust me, every session you see me open this chart and talk to you about price action. Trust me, someone already took the trade. That same analysis I'm giving you, someone saw a trade and they already either in take profit or it just got stopped out. So it's every second price is moving. That's just the basic you should know. Every second price is moving, and every second, every minute, people are executing. Okay, that's why it's $1 trillion business because everyone is making money and losing money at the same time. Okay. Mm. So anyway, let's analyze to the pairs that we have with our interest, and you can do play around with the pairs if you want. So you can see for 4 hour, the move still stands. Like I told you, we expect price to keep on to make a new lower low up to this level or break above, then we'll decide. So right now, price is just in this nice box here. Okay, it's just playing around this nice box. So if we get the break below, that would be a sign that price is ready to sell up to this level. Break above, price might buy up to that level. Okay. So now, what do we have here? Uh, there's really nothing we can do, especially that we're waiting on the daily time frame to confirm this. We already had to confirm these buys. So we're just really waiting on the daily time frame. And I didn't really pick this. It was something like this, yeah. So the only reason why I put this point is because I expect price to touch. Price should tap into this level. Trust me, it has to tap into this level if it wants to buy significant. Or else price might even break above, but later on breaks below this level because price has to tap into this level. And if you want, you can even say we only buy if price taps into this level. Okay. Uh, the next thing we have is AUD I'm still waiting for my break below the daily time frame, but this is for next week. NZD USD, you can see price is now making uh, that lower potential lower high I was telling you. So we want this bullish close so we can have price breaking below next week. See? So don't be uh, intimidated by this push. Unless if this price wants to buy, uh, it might buy because of this daily uh, the OG level, and the daily is bullish, but not because the weekly is bearish. Okay, but even if so price wants to buy here, there is no way of you buying. You need price to make a new lower low so you can have a new lower high, and you can get a nice shift because the only way you can buy is still after when price takes out this level. So this means that all this push you're seeing here is really nothing. Price will still drop and reach to this level. If it doesn't do that, we do nothing at all. Okay, as simple as that. So then when price drops here, then price will decide either to shift and buy, making NZD card tradable, or it will decide to uh, break and retest, making NZD USD tradable. See, so it just depends on which one will make the most sense. No. just want this, if this US-Iran war will just be over, so we can get this markets moving. But right now they are all just geopolitical based, you know. Everything is just shaky, you know. So that's why you're seeing us delaying in taking action. And the thing is, you get to see that if we delay on taking action, we end up even avoiding times when we are wrong, especially at this point here. You can see the daily was bearish and the weekly was there. What was I saying here? Chill. That's the reason. Yeah, and yeah, this one the weekly is bearish, so we were just trying to sell. And when price retested this level, you can see this was OG level, right? Uh, but I remember telling you that this price should be respected as well. This price here, because that's where price had its potential lower low and lower high. Okay, so uh, since we're at this point and price retested here, price gave us a very nice daily rejection. You can see, but if we jump in the forward time frame, which I'll show you, we had no entry at this point. There was no entry at this point, even though the daily showed us a very nice rejection. Then price came back at this zone again. Price gave us this opportunity. Still, there's no entry. Price came back at this zone, gave us that rejection we wanted, but on the forward time frame, there was no entry. Uh, Price came back at this point and tried to give us this audience structure, but still it was just a short buy sell, then price bought. So let's go through all these. And oh, by the way, this is the forward time frame, yeah. So you can see that when price was retesting, um, these were nice signals. You can see a nice pin bar, a nice engulfing, a nice rejection. But the only reason I wasn't selling was price had a very high chance of retesting this level here, okay? And I didn't like this kind of retest we had. It was very aggressive. So what I said to myself is, okay, if price has retested this level, let me have a break like this same point here. And once we get that break, we can then now focus on the sell. So we put on the daily time frame. You can see the reason why we're not been selling and now clearly, because look at this. When the daily retested, it gave us that 4 hour first signal, you remember? Uh, but then the daily, we wait for the daily to show us it's holding, and it showed us. But look at the engulfing. This was way far from our OG level. And that time our OG level was this one here. Uh, this one was our OG level. So back then, um, you wanted to catch yourself from this zone, right? And since price tried to reject from here, so I said to you guys, okay, if price really wants to sell, then let it drop below this one, okay? And then we'll below this one, yeah, this was my level, and then we can consider selling at this point. But then price didn't do that, and price came back at the OG level, the daily OG level. So now, again, when I switch to the forward time frame, nothing was making sense. And you can see this was a daily bearish bullish close. So I said, let's see if we can have when price came back here, when price retested back here, you can see the daily now ended up making this double bottom. You see, after it failed to give us this break here, that's why we didn't do anything. So when we had this double bottom, I told you if this price wants to sell, I need this daily time frame to take out this equal low the right side, so it can show me that this double bottom is not holding by taking out this low here. You see, I remember telling you that, guys, and meaning making this point here. So I can know that, okay, this is what the double bottom has made, making these two equal lows invalid. You see, but what price ended up doing was uh price ended up testing, almost taking it out, but it didn't break. So we didn't do anything, even though it had this strong engulfing, uh it didn't break. So when we had this engulfing here, the close here, I said, okay, since we are also trying to have this reversal of the double top as well in the daily time frame, but it hasn't taken out this equal low, okay? Inverted double, the double bottom, right? So now I'm saying to myself, okay, if this wants to sell, let it take out this double bottom, because this double bottom has not yet been uh, disrespected. It's still holding until price takes out this low of the double bottom. Then I'll know that, okay, price no longer wants to buy and we can sell. And it gave us this is after we had the daily, so the daily failed to close below. So I remember telling you guys, let's wait for the next Wednesday candle to break below, so that when it breaks, we'll know that, okay, this double bottom is invalid and this double top is now valid. So this is what I now wanted. Uh, I just wanted price to take out this low here, so I can know we are now selling. And just by waiting for that extra confirmation, price ended up buying, and I missed from being. I escaped this stop loss. You see, because the first thing is we had the retest, but we had price selling at this point, and this was not our OG level. So the only way we can sell at this OG level is if price breaks below this OG level, right? And price didn't break below again. Instead, price came back at this level. And when price came back at that level, price now gave us a double bottom, making this even difficult. So now we are saying, since we have a double bottom, let's wait and see price taking out this level, so we can know that this double bottom is invalid. You see, and in the same process, the daily also ends up making a double top. So for me to know that this double top is the one that's valid and this one is invalid, I still need the daily to break below this level. And just that smallest, tiniest break we are waiting for, that didn't happen. We avoided this loss, and price ended up buying. You see? Mm. So it's not about just trying to jump in the market. You have to know your position and when to act. So you can see for this level right now, price is bullish on the daily time frame, and the weekly is bearish. So I want to sell if price breaks below here. That's when I'll be selling. And I told you that I'll show you this throughout until I take a trade. So, uh, so as you can see, even ADNZD is also gain selling. So this one has to be buying. It's a bit buying there. So we'll see what price ends up doing. See what price ends up doing. But I would really make use of it at that OG level, second OG level. But if price breaks above this zone, yes, you can still buy because price has to out this level. Okay? And it's showing us that it's holding at that daily structure point. And we can switch to 4 time frame and see if the 4 is in line with the daily time frame. Yeah. The other we have is AD JPY. It's, it's doing what I was telling you. I just need this pair to have a bullish close for this kind of close as the daily time frame. This is fine. Then we can look for buys next week. So I just need that close and then to be valid for our buys. Uh, the next thing we have is even price come back here. DNZD. That's almost broke and it's just rejected now. Uh, this is fine. I still believe we can have that break. Yeah, we can have that break, especially the way the power is moving. Can have that break for sure. For certain. Uh, let's DJPY. This one also broke. But it's just kind of taking long. I need it to come back here. Uh, let's DCHF. This price is really tricky though. But how would you sell at this point without making the power bullish face? And if you remember when we saw this double bottom, uh, I also told you that let's wait and see if it takes out this low. Since price is at this point, because we're trying to sell at this level, then price ended up doing uh, something way, way different. Yeah, at this point, but this was where I wanted to sell from. Yeah, because of this level, then you can buy this point here. Just because then price to come back here, then we can buy. You can see for we need price to retest this level. Yeah, price to come back here. I really doubt if we'll be taking this by first. Let me see, maybe it's because I made the level too big. But no, this is how it makes sense. You can see is where price is having the rejection. Yeah, so it's just definitely the same range. We maybe just and the good part is the four is still bullish. That's the only that's the only excuse, but we can do this still. And we can do this. Uh, yeah. So wait for price to come back here. Price comes back here, and we can buy. Uh, yeah, this one, I'm waiting on the daily to break above. We just break it above there. Then we are nice, we're up for bias. GPAD, yeah, but I like to see this kind of progress. Uh, so you can see that if price, I don't know why it's not loading. See what I told you? This is what we are having, right? So if the daily has this kind of close, what would be wise is, yes, the daily will go still bullish, but will make a new lower, my new higher low, which will be this point here. I mean, I can only sell when price is below this level here, right? But for me to sell, I need price to go bearish, right? At the OG level. So the only OG levels I have is this one and this other one. So I needed to have this pullback and give the daily time frame some structure here. And if we have the structure, we can now watch for the daily time frame also a bit. Nice high, either at this level or at that point by just giving it makes a new high and high low. So at the moment price shifts, I'll be ready for my sales in the lower time frame. Okay, so look at the forward time frame also. So you can see that the forward time frame will also be bullish. As you can see right now, the forward is bullish. So the time will be, because this is the lower high, low high, high. So the time will be having this shift. You'll see that also the forward would have been even gone bullish and bearish. And then when price maybe comes back at this point, let's say price does something like this, and then price shifts, and we can sell. See? So you see that once the daily shifts, the 4 hour will align. I don't even have to pay attention to the 4 hour, because you can see even the 4 hour right now is bullish, and this thing, if I can push this one this week, next week, these two are not really, uh, we are not really at all. Among these, some have to go depending on, I can't really take all the buys and all the sales, because that's just too much. Okay? So what do I do? We need to filter out some. So you can see GP card looks promising, especially if the daily breaks. But if the daily won't break above, I'll take it back pending, because it only has this day to act. GPAUD, it also looks clean, mm, but it needs a bit of work. The only good part is now we've managed to do the hard part, which is breaking above this flag. And all that's left is now that small higher low and high high. So this one, we can pick it by to remain for next week. AD card, I would really want to be done with this pair and just be at a different position with it. But it looks like price still is at the same level. And if price doesn't do anything today, whether by breaking above, it will remain on next week, but it won't just be trading it. Same with GPAD, GP card, AD card. Let's see about USD card. USD card we can buy when prices at this point. Um, yeah, and buy when prices at this point. Given that the weekly just buys above this line. The weekly fills above that line. Then this trade is invalid. Want it closing like that, closing above that line. So you can know that next week you continue buying. Mm, GP USD CHF. Uh, this one might go on pending for you. Uh, Pending, especially that the 4 hour has to shift, and it can only shift at this point, and there's no way I can buy till so that level. I need it below this point. So maybe they might even remain to next week, but they won't be our main focus. USD JPY also. GP USD. If we can just have if price closes like this, it will be on our next week, but we do nothing, meaning that other week was will still be waiting. Okay. Eurocard might be on the trading list for Monday. Same with ADJPY. Uh, Same with ADNZD. No, but ADNZD, yes, these might be on the pair for next week. These three: ADNZD, ADJPY, and Eurocard. Uh, NZDUSD, if it doesn't break, this means that next week I'll still be waiting for price to break below here. Then I can sell. ADNZD, I'll be waiting for price to make a lower low. Then it can come back and make a higher high. So for a daily to have that double shift, we need to give it at least a week. AUDJPY, USDJPY. Everything looked cleaner, but price just decided to not give us a shot at this. You know, it was being mean. Mm, uh, not trade, but this is where price can react from. There's of the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour time frame. So the lower high would be at this point here. And once this is taken up to be bearish, meaning when price is at this level, it does this keep on. Meaning that when price is at this level, the 4 hour will be bearish. So we have to wait for the 4 hour shift and then buy. Uh, let's see a USD card. For USD card, everything is bullish. This one, this balance. USD CHF. I need the daily to make a new high. Or else will do nothing. GPAD. AD card, GP card. Just need price to break above. If this price breaks above, this one might do on the list for next week. And I don't know which one I'll put for next week. Uh, I'll see by the end of this day how they react to these levels. Now see if a GP card, your GPP survives to next week or NZD card survives to next week. But right now, we're expecting for continuation of buys. Okay. GPA NZD USD, we're expecting price to sell below this point. Yeah. Now USD, we're expecting price to buy above, and we're having a bit of rejection. That's fine. We're expecting price to be above this level. Then we'll buy a lot. Uh, so that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next session. Yeah. Back. So this is Asian section. Yeah. Sorry, this is uh New York session. And just I think those music. The US pair actually did good today. Uh yeah. Okay, so we'll do this. Let's focus on the pairs and no interest. Oof, did you? So you can see that for Euro GBP price almost even rejected the level fully. You can see. Mm, so this is because of the news that was there. Today we are but don't mind this. The goal still stands. We want price to come back here. Okay. Price comes back at that level. That's when we know what to do next. Um, but right now, there's nothing I can do. Even if price was to shift this higher low and go bearish, I can't do anything. I can't start selling. This will just be a missed trade. Um, okay. Um, and you can see the daily time frame also is having that major rejection. But if you have this kind of rejection, this just means that Monday I will expect a pullback back to this level. And that means we'll have a longer waiting for this sale to occur. Okay. Mm, the next thing we have is just a minute. Uh-huh. So, so you'll be waiting for price to come back at this level. Okay, the price comes back at this level. That's when we'll take a buy, a sell. Uh, this is NZD cards. What did I tell you guys? I told you that price has to retest this level here. Okay, and this is really nice to see that you guys have witnessed what I was telling you. I told you price has to retest this level so it can be a clear buy. If we bought when price went after, it would have been a risky buy. Okay? So now since price has been tested here, uh, uh exactly just like I told you. So now you can see the 4 hour has been taken out. Now this higher low, right? And the 4 hour is bearish, but the daily is bullish and the weekly is bullish. So this just means that we'll be just waiting for the moment price shifts the 4 hour and we test and we test and then we can buy. Okay? Because when we have that, we also have a proof that the daily is now holding. So you see how this is becoming a perfect trade. Just simply by waiting for those little confirmations. See? So I told you guys that this pair is not ready to buy, even if you want to buy now, it's not ready to buy. Okay. Mm, and what price has done is just giving us a 3 now, because it has gone at this other OG level. So right now, even if price rejects and give me a bullish candle, that's fine, as long as I've seen that price has retested and rejected this OG level here. Okay, even if you don't close bullish at all, price ends up rejecting and buying. That's even perfect. Okay. Mm, so uh this is what we have. And remember, I was telling you if you want to buy this daily candle should engulf this for the daily close, or at least have a price as have price breaking above and then price reject we test in that level. Okay. So it's just really simple things that save you from being stopped out, you know. Just these small things like just being patient, you know. So imagine if you took a buy impulsively at this position. Let's see, maybe in the 1 hour there was an entry. Uh, Even though the 1 hour also shifted, mm, retested, there was no entry. So even the 1 hour I couldn't get an entry. Mm, but let's say this was a shift. Yeah, I couldn't get an entry. I wanted to show you, but I'm sure in the 30 minutes there was an entry here. And you can see the reason that even why the 1 hour didn't take. What really happened for this strong candle? I don't know. I've never seen such NFP in a long time. Oh, we had 172,000 jobs added in May, and the unemployment rate held at 4.3%. So that's why you're having that push. Okay, so that's a lot of jobs. And that's why you are seeing this momentum. Mm, so now, mm, yeah, so for me, we are now in the flex zone. Can even see this other position where we're hoping for price to retest. Price is fully patching up. I also told you that even these levels you're seeing that price is not respecting, price will come back and respect them because price has to do that regardless. You see, so price is coming back here. You see, so whenever we have that 4 hour shift and the daily is showing us it's holding, my brother, we we're going to get paid. Okay. So I really enjoy this. Uh, and thank God we've seen this today. Yeah. Yeah. Boys, we've seen this and we now know the direction of this pair once we are shifted. Okay. So from here, if it wants to sell, price will continue selling, and that will be fine for us and will spare us from catching losses, right? Because if this one sells, mm, NZD USD also sells. So AUD USD, this is the pair for next week. You can see that I'm still waiting for price to break below here and show me it's holding this level. My price seems to just be delaying a bit, but this is fine. So I can't really give any update. Yeah, I can't really say anything on this trade that we have cooking. Mm, except when it's ready, you will see and learn how to use the daily to apply the original the holding strategy. And I don't want to show you on something that has already happened. I want you to see from something live. Okay. Uh, so there is nothing we can do this week, and we don't have to force the market to give us a trade because we've showed up every day, in every session. No, that's not how the markets work. It gives us opportunities, then we pick which ones we want. If we want, we could win trade, and we'll be fine. Okay. So that's what we have. Hey, DJPY, sadly, price has broken below the daily level. So now our only hope is price coming back to this zone. If price can't come back to this zone, then we can no longer participate in this buy at all. Okay. Mm, but it would be nice if the daily takes out this low so I can just start looking for sales. Sales would be way better because we have if someone is smart and is clever, you can see this flag. Tell me I'm tripping. Tell me I'm tripping, bro. Does anyone see this flag? Tell me I'm tripping. Feel me? Tell me I'm tripping. So the daily will go bearish if we have this close. And once the price just breaks below here with the daily time frame, the weekly will be bearish and we can start selling. Let me show you what I'm showing. I'm telling you. And this is the weekly though. Yeah. If you want to be safe, you can do this. but this is the low. Yeah, but you can do this if you want. Yeah. Like when price breaks below this level, you start selling. Okay. But this is me going against the trend. So, and don't do that. So this can only be valid when this flag is broken. When this flag is doesn't break, this means that price will still have a potential of buying and maybe retesting until price breaks out of this flag. Then this will be a safe buy. Why am I using this? Because price is at its all-time high. You see, price has never been at this level, and then see price was only rejecting this level. It never had a very serious retest. So you can use of that retest. You can make use of that retest. Uh, but I'll apply this when I see how the daily close. Okay, that's when I'll apply this flag. But right now, I'll just chill. Okay, right now, just chill and let the let the daily decide. Okay, and when the daily shift, uh, we will have a clear direction. But if it comes back with a pin bar, then we'll still be buying, even though it will be at the all-time high. And target this low high. But that will be one of these trades I'll take is still. Look at this. Imagine now this is when price decided to retest after all this time of waiting. This is when this pair decided to be mess for us and retesting this level. But this is fine. If we can have this retest, minimum Monday, uh, we just need to see, uh, what I would want to see from here is because of this strong bearish sell, I would want to see the 4 hour even going bearish for a while. Mhm. And I'm sure it will because of this strong bearish sell. I want it to go bearish for a while and make a new lower high and a new lower low. So that when we shift at this point and we test, the daily will show us it's holding. Okay? How the daily show us it's holding, you can see how the daily will close at this point. We can't just buy based off this. I think if you see the daily showing us momentum, especially that this 4 hour will engulf this daily position. If price closes this way, we will now need to see the daily also showing us price can reject and start buying by giving us a daily bullish close or something like this candlestick here at this point. Okay, then that will be fine for us when to make more sense. But everything is falling in place though. Like I told you, GPP card is the only thing that's a bit uh injecting the wrong way. Or just above price, and then it was also card payers today. They had the retest. Okay, they are new, so that's why you're seeing this major push. Mm, mm, and this one, the 4 hour has gone bearish. So the time the 4 hour will break above, the 4 hour will be bullish. And this is not what I want. I wanted price to break above while the 4 hour is bullish so it can retest. Well, and 4 hour goes bearish, but still, we can still buy. We just have to wait for price to break above this level. Okay? The weekly price to break above the weekly. Then we can buy. If not, this pair is still up for sales. The only bad part is that the daily is bullish
And for us to sell, price has to take out this low, this higher low here. So that's why you are saying, you're seeing me saying, let's see if price can break. So once price breaks, we start looking for buys. But if that doesn't happen, price might still break below this and we can continue selling. NZD USD. This is fine. We're having a bit of progress. The daily is trying to shift. The 4 hour has done a very good job. As you can see, it made the new lower high and no lower low. So what that's left is price just breaking below this zone. Mm, but I would want to see price doing something very interesting. The same way it's making lower highs and lower lows. Uh, this would be fun if we get a nice lower high, a nice lower low break. I can just wait for retest and then sell. Okay. So when we get that, the day also will shift from being bullish to bearish. And who knows? Monday might also be a rejection day where price makes a bullish move. And then Tuesday price breaks on the daily time frame. But what I like about the daily is that now we also had price having a chance of going up, but price kind of failed. So uh, this is a very good uh, update right now. And you can see that the daily is almost shifting. You can see the daily is almost shifting at this point here. And this is where we are. This is the progress we made. And the shift will happen at this point here. Wow, this thing is closer than I thought. So this is where we are. So once we get this shift around this point, then and a daily close, then we'll now shift to the 4 hour time frame. Our focus will be on the 4 hour time frame, right? So, but for now, this is the update. Uh, yeah, this is very nice. It's very nice. Um, Australian AUD finally price has gone bearish, like we've been wanting all this time after 13 trading days. So now all that's left is to wait for price to go bullish, and price can only go bullish at this point, but this will be around this holding level here. Yeah, this point. So what would be nice is price to make a new lower low, the new lower high and a new lower low. Okay, that would be nice. But even if price decides to break above this level, we'll still be looking for buys. Okay, or if price decides to shift at this point, we'll still be looking for buys. Now, what I just like is that price has made a new lower low. So our first shift option is here. If price decides to make a new lower high and a new lower low, again, my shift will reduce from that point to here, to there, you see? So right now it's at this level. So this is good progress. Hopefully we can have a trade in June. Hopefully we can have a trade in June because we have 15 more trading days, I'm sure. Yeah, so I think we can have a trade. Uh, but price might sell a bit. If price sells a bit, it's due to this head and shoulder pattern here in the daily time frame. Okay, that's the only reason you might, and that's the reason why I'm saying you might see price selling a bit and giving us a new lower high and a new lower low because of this head and shoulder. So that once price breaks above, you'll be buying. Okay, so just like that, you can even predict what will happen next. You see, mm. Then you can see that each prediction has a very good reason why I tell you this might happen, that might happen. But back then, I would take this day trade and sell up to this level. But now I just wait for the bigger moves. Okay, so this is good progress right now. We are having that daily for daily lower low. USD JPY price might reach our take profit at this point, making this trade even harder to participate in. USD CHF, you see what I was telling you? This was a facade price just wanted to trick us, and I told you we won't fall for this short sale. Then what happened? 4 hours been made a new lower low. Like I told you, we need 4 hours making a new higher low, and price has made it. So we are at this point, meaning the moment price just breaks below here and we test, we can sell. Okay, because the daily is still bearish and the weekly is still bearish. So this is very fine. And it's put us at a very nice position now because our selling level is at an OG level. Okay. So right now, if price wants it can close bearish or bullish, that's fine. As long as we've seen that the 4 hour time frame has a very good spot now. So we'll just see how price reacts. And I told you there's this head and shoulder, if you remember. I told you we have this head and shoulder here. I remember telling you this. The price might break and retest and then buy. Okay? And that's what is happening. So you must be very careful. And the reason why it retested all the way back here is because this double bottom here, this is where price had a last lower point, higher point before price broke above. So this was the neckline. It needed to come back here, and you saw that nice rejection. And I told you don't be fooled by this. Price will buy and see what has happened. USD card, even though price was retesting in the morning, mm, price has now bought and and this will mean that you can only buy when price is back at this level. Uh, yeah, that's the only point you can buy from. So there's really much we can do. GPPA. Wow. This is fun. This is fun, guys. So far, these are the pairs that I'm seeing that look promising. I like GPAUD. Let me see first AUD card. Okay, even AUD card. Finally, we are having the retest we've been looking for. So you see what I was telling you? Don't worry about this delay. Price is just trying to pace itself. When price begins to move, it will float. And you can see what price has done. AUD card is now going to this level. And hopefully we can get the holding signal here and we can get a very nice buy. And if you can see the 4 hour is bearish. You see the good part, the 4 hour is bearish. So we'll be expecting 4 hour to be making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs until lower lows until price uh decides to shift. So we need those lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and we can have that shift. So once we have that shift, price on the daily time frame will show us that we are ready to buy by holding at this level. And when price holds, who are we not to participate in this very nice setup? And all it did was All we did was just wait. That's all. So this is a very nice setup that's also playing out. And it all happened because we were just patient and we didn't rush anything. Back then I would also sell once after seeing this kind of head and shoulder. I'll just wait for price for an entry. Like this daily candle, 4 hour candle would have been my entry. But I no longer catch these trades. Uh, like we want the big moves. So you remember what happened here? Again, it will happen at this point, but this time it will be cleaner. Therefore, if it wants us to take the buy, if it doesn't, still that's fine. Okay. But I like this. This is very rewarding, and it's very rewarding. Uh, Next thing we have is what's this? GPAUD. You can also see that price has now finally bought. Uh, Respecting this flag I told you about. The only thing is that this is the only point where price we can sell from. When price shifts this level, that's if the daily closes with this strong bullish candle, can only sell from this level. So this will mean that we'll expect price to have a new higher low at this point or any point of there, then have a new higher high, so that once it shifts, the daily will go bearish and will be ready to sell. So, but this is a very nice uh, setup. Then we have in progress Euro CHF. Still wait for price to come back there. Euro USD. I like the progress, but still there is more waiting to do. GBP USD, the same thing. Need price trading below this level. So that's it for this New York Open, and I'll see you around 1 p.m. New York session. So thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, guys. So this is the 8 p.m. Market update. Almost heading to our close, and let's just go through what the market has ended up giving us this week. So this is Euro GBP. We got close to retesting this level at this point, based off the daily being bearish, being bullish, no, being bearish, and it was almost retesting this level. But what price later on did today was it broke below our 4 hour higher low, in making the 4 hour lower bearish. So I can't really say at this point, even if price was to, like, it has shifted and retest and then sell. This is not an OG level for me. Okay, this is not an OG level for me where I can place my wait, let me try to maybe drag this way again. As maybe the only level we can use is this one here. Yeah, this level can be used as our OG level. Uh yeah. Oh yes, I think I see why price rejected that level. Uh I think uh this should be on Monday. There was an OG level here that I deleted. I think I just can't remember between Monday or Tuesday. Because I only saw one price holding here. But if you drag along here, you can see price has been holding. And that's the fact, that's the only reason we're having a break below. And the daily is still bearish. Uh the 4 hour is also not bad. But even if when price retest this level, um, um, it will be very tricky to sell because this is the 4 higher, lower, higher low, and this is where price has shifted, and this is the only low we have, where price can potentially retest before a continuation sell. So, if price comes back at this level, uh, uh, I really don't know what to do. But to analyze it better, but what price has just done is it has given us a 2 by showing that it's holding at this OG level here. Yeah, that's why I'm sure we didn't get this full rejection there. Yeah. So price has just shown us it's holding. Reason, yeah, I think we're in between, and I was saying, I want to see if the price will respect this OG level first before I can focus on this one because price was already above this level. Okay, so if we close in this zone, there is a higher chance we can have this kind of sell next week, based on the weekly time frame as well. You can see there will be this daily engulfing, weekly engulfing that will signal this double bottom uh ready for sales. Uh but I'll still keep an eye on this level here. Yeah, I'll still keep an eye on that level because uh I can do this. I'll still keep an eye on this level here because uh because why? Because of the 4 hour time frame. It's it's not clean. But if you can see it's not clean, because the 4 hour OG, even if price retests at this point, yes, the 4 hour will be bearish. But if it gives me an engulfing here, let's say price comes back at this level, and gives me an engulfing here, when I sell, okay, my stop loss has to be above these wicks. Why? Because I have no any other immediate lower high that I can use as my point, okay? So this is where I have to put my sale. So this sale doesn't really make sense for now. Okay? Uh, Unless if the 4 comes back in this level, give us some price structure. Then we can think of selling. But if you can also look at this, my risk to reward again won't be making sense. This is almost a zero 0.1 to 0.9. Okay. Uh Even if I try, maybe let's see if we drag this. You see, so it's no point that I can sell unless if price come back to this level and give me at least some structure point that I would use to sell, then we'll see what to do. Because there's nothing here. You can see we only have a higher low, lower low, and a lower high. There's no any previous higher low or that we can use where price can buy from. In short, I'm saying there's no any lower high, something like this, higher low. Yeah, then price breaks. So I can wait for price to test in this level and then I can sell. That's the first thing. The second thing is price when dropping had no any immediate position that would turn into a lower high. So that when price breaks in this way, we wait for a retest and then we can sell. So that our stop loss is right. You see, so our stop loss is right above this level. Or even if we put it on our engulfing candle, we know that price has reacted from this point. You see? So that's the only uh that's the only key that we have to focus on this trade. This price has no previous lower high. That's convenience enough for us to take a sell, knowing that because this in this case, if I sell here, my stop loss has to be at this point. Okay, so we need a lot of confirmation. That's why I'm saying this might be a sell, but there's a possibility that price might even uh buy a bit, even take out this lower high and then shift and then sell. So we'll still have this pair to next week, but we'll just be cautious when applying our sell. Either it will happen at this point or it will happen at that point. Okay. Mm, but this is what we are looking at now. So this is how we are adapting to it. By the way, this is an OG level. If you see, we're not trying to catch this trade because it missed us. No, you can see this is an OG level. We have one, two, three. You can see 4 points and five. You can see, and so price is now below this OG level. So since price is below this daily OG level, we can no longer pay attention to this one because it's now showing us that it's holding. Remember, I had to faint this one. If you remember, I fainted this one because price already took it out. It didn't respect it. So I was now expecting price to come back here. Now that price has just rejected, it has ended up giving me a 2. Okay. And if you remember, the daily is bearish and the weekly is bearish. So this is an A setup where we wait for price to show us it's holding. So it has shown us that it's still holding at this daily level that it took out. When was this? Uh, that it took out last week. And you can see when price was opening at this point. The reason why my focus was on this level was we're at this point, yeah. So when price broke below, it showed me that it's holding this level, you see? So when price showed me it's holding this level, uh, price failed to give us an entry on the weekly time frame, the 4 hour time frame. But again, price later on broke below this second doji level and it's given us this engulfing, right? So since we have this engulfing, it's now showing us that price is also holding this second doji level in order for more sales. And if you can see clearly, there's this kind of there's this kind of double top. You see? So since we have that double top, we don't rush into sales right away. And you can clearly see even the 4 hour is not making sense just yet. So this would be a very nice trade for next week, but we'll be just watching out and seeing the best place we can catch this sale. Okay. Yeah. So, because let's say you didn't experience this, for us, we experienced this OG level, right? So now let's say this pair wasn't your target, and next week when you open, you now find that price is at this OG level. What are you going to do? You know this is an OG level and you've seen prices broken below and retested and as well broken below. So you can see that this will be your interest right away. If you were not there when price was at this point, uh, You see, you've seen, this was already drawn. I just changed it. Let me just try to highlight this so you can see that this was already there. You see, this was already there. It was hiding in this level. So this means that we're at this point. Okay. Uh, what does this mean? This means that if you didn't witness this all move, and you kind price at this level, obviously you will try to sell from this point because this is where price is. Okay. But that's something for next week. That's something for next week. Yeah, but I'll still keep a very close eye on this point here. Mm. NZD card. Interestingly, price has been broken below this level. You see why I was telling you price can come back at this point, and you thought I was maybe over analyzing because this was never respected, and this is where price is now, making lower lows and lower highs. So this is a lower low. So we expect a new lower high and a new lower low. So we can have a shift and we'll buy from that point. So instantly, our focus has now shifted. It's looking for buys at this point here next week. You see? Yeah, so this is where we'll be looking for buys next week at this point. And we'll continue looking for buys until price takes out this daily level here. Okay? Mm, so this means that I expect forward to make a new lower high and a new lower low and then can shift. So that once it shifts, the daily will show me it's holding as well. Then we can buy. And when I buy, this whole move this will be a very long trade. We'll catch from here, uh, all the way up to that zone. Okay. Mm, then AUD and ZD, you can see we are still in between. So even though NZD USD, when we come to it, is having a bit of progress, we are still between this level. So as of now, we're just waiting. Yeah, but this is a very good trade for next week. AUD this is no longer our trade for buys, but sales, especially that now the weekly has closed below this level here. Okay, and you can see it's taken out this daily lower, higher, low, and this is our higher high. So there's this is likely going to close bullish. And what does this mean? This means that this price will start selling now at this point till it reaches this level, this point here. You see? This is our lower uh higher low. So the only bad part is again the forward time frame. Okay? So we'll consider this level here as our OG level instead. Okay? And we'll be waiting for price to pull back all the way to this level here for us to sell, right? Because if you look at the forward time frame, that's why it makes the most sense. Okay? That's why it makes the most sense, brothers. Uh, yeah, but I really doubt. But okay, we'll go through this on the weekend. Eurocard, you can see the drama. This is when price is rejecting and trying to come back at this point. But regardless of what it does, if this daily time frame goes bearish, this means even if price comes back at this point here, my original OG level that shifted at this position, uh, we can only sell when the daily shifts. We can only buy when the daily shifts, sorry. So the only chance we can have is if this daily reacts and gives us a very strong weak rejection, and then we can see how we'll label it for next week. But as of now, I don't really price is in between of breaking below and breaking right back above here. Okay, so we're in between these two positions. And then I think, yeah, we're in between those two positions. And this is the weekly time frame. So with this kind of weekly rejection, you can expect price to come back here next week. And there's a high chance that that daily time frame higher low will be taken out because of this kind of weekly closure. Maybe even before the market closes. Because remember, I told you last week, when you see a candlestick opens without the week rejection, price will come back and fill it. And you've seen what's happening. Price should fill out this week and then go in its preferred direction. And you can see what price is trying to do. Even if it doesn't do it through this candle, I can guarantee you price will come back at this point and fill this week. Uh, the next thing is uh GBP card. We wanted to sell, but price ended up giving us a promising buy once price took out the daily and almost even took out the weekly. But you can see that sharp rejection. So the sales still stand, and we can only buy when the price is above this level. So this leaves us to the same old uh, strategy where we're waiting for price to break below this level. You see? So we can know we are bearish, the same old analysis after trying to trick us in buying. So you see, the most important thing is the weekly time frame. Long as the weekly time frame is in a direction, follow it. Because you saw mm, the daily yesterday being broke above, and this can easily trick you in trying to buy, knowing that thinking that the price will now uh buy and price end up selling. So that's why it's important to respect the weekly time frame. And if we close with this daily engulfing, there's a higher chance next week we might get this break. So next week we're going to have a lot of opportunities, a lot, and we'll just be picking. Okay? Because many of them are going to form at the same time because we've been patient and can see that the market now is about to reward us. Mm, the next thing is NZD USD. I told you that once price breaks below this level, we are selling to this zone here. And price has broken below this level now. And what's left is just a retest at the day 4 hour time frame. And then we can sell. But again, if you see, ah, this is so we we need to be patient, my brother. Because look at this. This is where the 4 hour had its last uh lower high, lower low. This was the lower high and this is the lower low. So price will retest back up to this point here or this level before it sells. Okay. So what we want to see from this pair is price going bearish, even a deeper, making a new lower high and a new lower low, then shifting, coming back at this point, and then we can just wait for that shift and then we'll sell. Okay. This is what the market will do because of this 4 hour thing. If this 4 hour thing, this 4 hour price action was at this level, would have easily sold the moment tapped in and gave us the engulfing. Okay. But you can see that this thing is at another OG level. So uh we can't really sell from that point. And so we update this trade for now. The good part is now mm, the daily time frame is the weekly time frame will close at this point and the daily time frame also close at this point. So now we are done with the daily time frame because here we're just waiting for the shift. Price is now, oh, what did I do? Price is now bearish. You can see we're now completely bearish. So the only thing we need is a daily pullback and a sell, right? So my interest has now shifted in the 4 hour time frame. You've seen how my interest shifted, but the moment the daily closes, I'll be now waiting for the 4 hour to give me something sensible to sell from. Okay. So we just have to expect that lower low so that when price comes at this OG level, we get the opportunity right around this level. Okay. Because it makes no sense if price just retests here and gives us the engulfing and we sell. We can be stopped out. Same with what happened here, if you remember. Price, this was the last price lower low, and price came back at this level, gave the engulfing. What happened? Price came back and took them out. Why? Because it needed to respect this low first. You see? So it's the same thing. Price, it's the same thing that price, what price will do is to make a new lower high and a new lower low, and then comes back and respect this level here so that when it shifts, we'll be ready to sell. Okay? It has to respect this level first. This level has to be respected, my brothers. If it doesn't respect that level, we do nothing. Okay? Uh, so this is the whole analysis. Okay, this is the first scenario. Then the second thing we'll talk about it on tomorrow better, but this is what we expect now. And this trade is now favorable. We can at least put it right there. These I've seen nothing. Eurocard is almost taking out this daily level. I hope it just doesn't happen here. Uh, GP card, we need price breaking below. ADJPY, we need to sell. But if you look at this, this is not a strong OG level still. The only OG level we have is at this point here. So this is where we wait for price to come back from. Um then this is AUD, this is now no longer valid. This is AUD GBP AUD, very interesting. Since price has made the new higher high, all we need is now price, and prices at this OG level. Remember, I told you we need price retesting this OG level again, and that's what's going on now. So now what we expect is a new lower, higher low, and a new higher high, so that price can shift around these 2 points. Okay, either it does at this point, or this same thing happens around this point. Okay. So this thing can happen uh, at that level, or it can also happen at this level. You see, uh, at least it will happen at during in level of selling, because right now this is the only lower high, higher low we have. Meaning, if price is at this point, I can't sell because this is not an OG level. If price breaks below, you can see there's nothing. I only have one level respecting this level. So I can't really do anything. So this is what we expect for the daily time frame to do for us to then sell. Okay, don't mind if price goes a bit up, it will still come back if it just wants to give us that shift. And so as you can see, this will become also a B setup. Same with NZDUSD, where we just wait for price to shift. The moment price shifts, our focus goes to the 4 hour time frame and we start looking for sales. Okay. For this one, it's a setup. We want price to show us it's holding, and you can see price is still playing around this level. Okay, and this is still fine because the moment price just breaks below here, price will show us it's holding. And the good part of this level is we will have at least a sensible level where we can put our stop because it will be near. And I'm sure if this is the 4 hour time frame for the daily to have this push, the 4 hour time frame will have at least something that will be a new lower high and a new lower low. You know, price can do that easily. So this will be a very good week next week. Just bear with me. You know, it's just the first week of June. And even if it doesn't happen this week, it will still be just the second week of June as well. You see, so we really have a nice run coming, and it will be very fun, especially if we're just patient. GP, no. AUD card, we are at this point. This is very fine now. So the daily as we tested. Now this is the A setup, so we need price to give us a sign that it's holding. So we need at least some sort of daily involvement going on here. Then we will switch to 4 hour time frame. We just need maybe two daily candlesticks to show us price is holding. This can be another daily bearish candle, then the second bullish bullish engulfing, or it can be something like a pin bar or something, or basically something like this. But yeah, but just right around this level. AUD USD price has sold, but it has just oversold. And so this means we have to do a bit of waiting for price to come back at our OG level so that we can buy, right? But this is fine. And I told you it might sell a bit because of this head and shoulder, and you can see that's what's happening. Uh, because even on the uh 4 hour time frame, it's almost the same thing. We're having that break, we're having that retest, we're having that engulfing, and we're having that sale, right? USD CHF price, I told you this price is deceiving us, and you see what happens. Price goes up, and we avoid this sale, this loss. Okay? So the only way we can sell this again is if price shows it's holding, because the daily has been bearish from this point to this end point. So it's all a matter of just seeing where price holds. And our next OG level in this case next week will be this point here. Okay? Uh USD JPY price has reached our take profit as expected. I told you guys so. We can only sell when price comes back here for now. This should be at least an OG level. Yeah, this is the only place we can sell at, buy from, sorry. Uh, mm, so we see what happens again next week. Then we decide. USD card price has reached the full take profit, the full display. So you see what I was telling you, that these are the trades we'll be catching in the near future. You see? All we have to do is just build this confidence bit by bit, you know. Now we're dealing with the 1 to 3s. Soon we'll go to the 1 to 4s. Maybe next trade we might aim for a 1 to 4. When we get used of the 1 to 4s, we now go to the 1 to 5s, just like that until we are now in the mode of having such trades, you know. We still have a long way to go and the markets are still here. Okay, so in this case, this price, this trade, um, this pair has now shifted. This is where we'll be looking for our next buys at this point here. Here, okay. This is what I'll be looking for our next buys. So you can see this is a very good sign that sometimes in a month you only have one good trade that you can just hold the whole entire month. And because this is if my target is 1 to 3, this is a 1 to 7. This is two trades. This covers my 2 weeks of trading. You see? So this is the level that we'll be reaching soon, where we might just catch two trades or one trade throughout the month, but it will cater for all the weeks that we don't trade, you know? Yeah. Then Euro CHF, nothing. USD, cool. USD, you can see now Euro USD is trying to shift. So the moment the daily goes bearish now, we are in hunting season. We now be looking for sales. Okay? We now be looking for sales at this level here because it's the only OG level we have that makes sense. This one here. So this one might not happen because of this kind of momentum we're having. Uh, hmm. But trust me, the week hasn't already ended, so we still anything can happen still. But if you see, there's no other OG level in between that we can use because we only have this one touch and nothing other. So this is the only point we can sell from right here. If price breaks below this level. GPUSD price is also almost taking out this level. And once price takes out this level, we'll start looking for buys at this point here. So you saw what I was telling you. All these pairs are playing out smoothly. It's just a matter of us waiting, and you can see how the prices were are now going to be rewarding us. For this pair price will be very much ahead from our take profit. So uh from our entry position. So most of these will be on pending mode, but we'll decide that tomorrow. So you can see this weekend we have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Uh ZAR USD price ended up selling more. So even if it dropped below this flag, it's still the same thing. The analysis still stands. One price to break below here and then we can buy. Okay? Because the weekly is still bullish. Yeah, the weekly hasn't taken us unless the weekly breaks below this level. So we'll see. Bitcoin, the weekly will close bearish. So now we can have that strategy I was telling you. We start waiting for the weekly to shift. So at the moment the weekly shifts, we start building for that monthly shift. So the moment the monthly shifts, now we are buying, aiming for this high. So this will be a very long trade that we'll be holding. And US oil, lastly, you can see price is bullish. And remember, I told you my friend has to make a new lower low here before he can now shift. So you can see that's what he's doing. Don't worry about these gaps. We'll just consider this point here because this is a gap. Um, so what we'll be waiting is for this lower low to be made, then the shift, then a retest, then a sell. If this fails to happen, still cool. You still wait for the same thing to happen around this level, and then we can buy. You see? So it's just like that. Uh, I'll see you guys in the next close, which will be around that will be around what 10 p.m. US 30. All these are dropping a bit. This is a major drop from 30 to 29, almost 29 flat. And the Nasdaq, I'm sure Bloomberg is just talking about this right now. Just talking about this drop because that's what they do. But they do a really good job though. I really watch them. In fact, when I close this, that's what I might be watching next. Anyway, so that's it for now. And thank you guys for watching. And so we'll just see how these two will close. Then we can come and call it a night. Right. So yeah. But you can just see what Eurocard did after we waited and price starts selling. And this is a sign that this price might even go bearish. Then we test this level. The only bad part the worst case scenario is when price just taps on this level, then buys instantly. and doesn't give us a buying opportunity at this point here. But we'll see what happens next week. So thank you guys for watching. Uh, uh, Thank you guys for joining me in the close. That's a bit late. in a, I was in a meeting, but this is just the close. Nothing has really happened. Price has just closed around the same levels. You can see we didn't get anything. But you can see, let's go through. That's how NZD card is closing. AD, NZD, NZD, USD, AGP, AUD card, Euro card, GP card. Nice push there. AUD, JPY, nice sell off. USD, CHF, nice buy though. This is a nice sell off. Uh, so most of these pairs, they'll be ready uh, next week, but we'll look at them tomorrow. But this is how we've closed. Nothing really has changed. So thank you guys and have a very nice weekend. See you tomorrow.